What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster. And for those of us who have witnessed what the dingleberries at Xbox have done to their own company over the past several years, seeing what is coming to them these days has been rewarding.
Die fast, assholes! My pizza's getting cold!
Yeah, Xbox has been on a steady decline over the past few years. The woke shit that they have pushed onto themselves, garbage like this, where they push their own developers into designing characters that look like trash, that has resulted in some pretty unappealing games and characters in those games. As an example, we have this bit of roadkill who somehow managed to land a role as the main character of a AAA game. When you combine this progressive approach to gaming, which doesn't exactly appeal to your typical male gamer, but when you combine it with this strange commitment to the Game Pass business model to the point where they are clearly no longer focused on Xbox as a console, the company has basically pushed themselves into becoming just a brand, similar to how Sega no longer makes consoles and their value is in their software. Well, it is no wonder that we have gotten news that the company is about to undergo massive layoffs in the next few days. Everyone has realized this basic truth about Xbox.
Oh shit, you're dead!
That might be a little bit of hyperbole to say that Microsoft is completely dead or whatever, but they are definitely heading in that direction. It is so bad that even this former employee has come right out and said that Xbox hardware is dead. She isn't wrong, and this development is, of course, devastating for a company that shelled out tens of billions of dollars over the past decade acquiring studios in order to build up their Game Pass venture. Losing Xbox hardware will rip out an absolutely massive section of the company's revenue. The future is looking a bit bleak for Xbox at the moment.
Caution. This next scene could get pretty graphic.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I've begun uploading some content over onto Rumble as well, so make sure that you follow Dr. Disaster on that site too. Also, give me a follow on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to my account at all times for your reference. But alright, let's look at how screwed Xbox is. First of all, let me ask, do you know what the beating heart of a company like Nintendo or PlayStation is? Do you know how they've been able to grow their company so damn much over the past few decades? Console sales drive business for those companies, not because selling the console itself is profitable. Hell, it's often a loss leader, meaning that consoles sometimes actually end up losing money for the manufacturer. But a company like PlayStation is happy to not make much money on a product like a PS5 so that they have the opportunity to rake in all of the digital sales. Whenever any game is sold digitally, the platform which sells it ends up taking a cut of the game's total value, usually something in the neighborhood of 25%. This is why Gabe Newell and Steam are such a ridiculously profitable company. They take in a massive chunk of dollars because PC gamers outnumber all their other counterparts, and the majority of PC gamers buy their games on Steam. And you know what? Good for them. Good for Steam. They are a reasonably reputable company over at Valve that doesn't try to force new shit onto gamers all the time. Meanwhile, you've got a company like Xbox who weren't content with just being one of the privileged few companies who got to manufacture consoles and therefore reap the rewards by raking in digital sales dollars. No, that wasn't enough for them. They concocted the cockamamie Game Pass idea, which has helped kill their console sales. I mean, ask yourself this. Why would someone need an Xbox these days? If you want to play Game Pass, why not just do it on PC? And if you want to play a new Xbox game, why not just play it on PC, the PS5, or the Switch 2? They have made most of their first-party games available to other consoles, giving up their exclusivity in exchange for some quick cash, a fact which former Xbox executive Laura Fryer recently lamented in one of her videos, which people have been talking about as you can see here. She believes the new portable Xbox Ally, which is just a portable PC, it runs Windows, there's virtually no reason to buy it over a Steam Deck, but she talks about how this new branding, Xbox Anywhere, is a sign that the company will be getting out of hardware gradually, which makes her sad considering all the work that she and others as executives did to build the brand. But the thing is, Xbox needs cash. After buying up properties like Activision Blizzard in recent years, spending damn near $1/10 trillion to buy up all these studios, they needed money. And it was unfortunate for them that for the second console generation in a row, they have absolutely gotten their asses handed to them. And it also doesn't help that Game Pass has remained fairly stagnant over the past year or so in terms of subscriber count. They aren't attracting any new gamers to their service, which is making their massive investment hard to justify. They were projecting that they would hit somewhere in the ballpark of 100 million subscribers in the next couple of years to Game Pass, but they have remained at a little over 30 million for the past year or so. All of this has led Xbox to abandoning the exclusivity of their consoles with their games as they gradually move away from manufacturing consoles. We'll see at least one more generation from them, but after that I have my doubts. But as they move away from hardware, I firmly believe that we will see Game Pass show up as an app on the next generation of PlayStation at some point. Now, it is quite possible that this was always the plan. I suspect that Game Pass was Xbox's long-term answer to the notion that has floated around for some time that eventually gamers are going to stop buying consoles altogether and that PC will end up being the only way that people play games moving forward. The fear for these companies is that eventually Steam will swallow them all up. But by going this route, Xbox is essentially subsidizing subpar games with the Game Pass model. Basically, they no longer incentivize developing good games since developers get paid whether gamers enjoy a game or not. But if the Switch 2's release has showed us anything, it's this: that console exclusivity can be quite lucrative, and gamers, at least Nintendo gamers, do not seem to be keen to let go of the Nintendo consoles yet. As much as I am annoyed at Nintendo for raising their prices on their games, the Switch 2 has been a wild success for them so far. They have sold out like crazy, and that is because Nintendo is known for making killer games that are exclusive to their system. They don't seem to be afraid of the PC takeover at all, and if that does happen, if the PC takeover does happen, they stand poised to weather the storm by being an extremely on-demand software developer with IP that people adore. Xbox has gone the opposite way. They have willingly given up this advantaged position of being a major console manufacturer while losing their rep as software developers due to this sort of shit here. Microsoft doesn't want games like Stellar Blade, for example. They pushed for this shit here. Fable is a massive IP, but this character design is going to scare a lot of people away as an example of what I'm talking about. And as a result, we will see more headlines like this over the next few years. But I'm going to leave it there. drop your mockery of the Xbox company into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.